Get up, you son of a bitch! Cause Pawn's drunk loves ya.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. You already know this is Pawn's Drunk Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moo Shot himself, a.k.a. El Adobo, a.k.a. El Sazón, a.k.a. El Borracho, a.k.a. El Café Bustelo, a.k.a. El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Thanksgiving to all. Hopefully you had a great Thanksgiving. You're still partying. You're still doing your thing. Ate good, drank good. You know what I'm saying? Decompress good. And then in the morning, you get your turkey sandwich. You know what I'm saying? Or you go run a lap and you go back to the gym or whatever. Or you vomit everything you took in. If it was bad, if it was too much, it is what it is. Celebration today. Celebration today is a lot of things to be thankful for. We breathing. If you breathing, you're blessed. If you're breathing, you're lucky. If you're breathing, it's good. If it's not good, you got the chance to make it good. If it's good, you got the chance to make it great. If it ain't great, you got the chance to make it awesome. At the end of the day, no matter where we at in life, whether we great, whether we on a downfall, whether we bad, we're breathing and we can make it right. We got opportunities. We got an opportunity to make it right. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody in the boxing world. Shout out to all the modern day warriors, modern day gladiators, the one that put their life on the line for pure entertainment. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to all the members. Boxing Latino TV in the building. What's good? Hood, Vic in the building. Man on fire in the building. What's good, man? Said Devin versus Nello. Okay. A lot of things we could be thankful for, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of things we could be thankful for. But today is Turkey Day. I ain't talking about the gobble gobble. I ain't talking about the one in the oven. I'm talking about turkey. Alalshikh. It's Turkey Day. Now, this is the top 10. This is the top 10. We're going to be discussing this. We're going to be discussing this quick. I felt like going live. Felt like talking boxing, but I felt like giving thanks to those who has made 2025 a good year or a decent year or for whatever you want to call it, the top 10 to be thankful for in the sport of boxing, ladies and gentlemen. You got yours. I got mine. You could correct mine. We could work it out in the chat, in the panel. We're going to be talking about this list, ladies and gentlemen. What are the top 10 entities that you are thankful for in the sport of boxing? What are the top 10 entities in the sport of boxing that you're thankful for? Now, we know the pound for pound list. The new pound for pound list is out. And we ain't talking about the pound for pound list, but I'll show you the pound for pound list right now. The pound for pound list reads: number 1, Terrence Bud Crawford, the 3 division undisputed world champion, probably the only man that's ever going to do it in the history of the sport of boxing. Just like Manny Pacquiao became an 8th division world champion, 5-time lineal, 12-time world champion, the ambassador, the senator, the humanitarian, the greatest karaoke singer of them all, the GOAT, Manny Pacquiao. And shout out to Manny Pacquiao becoming the grandfather for the first time. Shout out to Jinky. Shout out to Manny. New pound for pound list is out. Alexander Usyk, 2 division undisputed world champion, the cruiserweight division and the heavyweight division, still undefeated. Terrence Bud Crawford, still undefeated. Now, yeah, in the Uwe, still undefeated, coming in 3. 4 division world champion, 2 division undisputed world champion, multiple undisputed world champion is in your top 3. That's not debatable. Ain't nobody taking them slots. You got to do something great to take those slots. Number 4, Bam Rodriguez. Bam Rodriguez. Dimitri Bivol, undisputed in the light heavyweight division. Bam Rodriguez, multi-division champion. Otor Beterbiev, former undisputed in the light heavyweight division, coming in number 6. The names is all right. Little shuffle, a little bit here and there. Junto Nakatani, Japanese sensation. Shakur Stevenson, 3-division world champion, Olympian, silver Olympian, unified the titles in the super featherweight division. Shakur Stevenson looking to fight Teofimo Lopez this January in what I feel is the #1 fight of this generation, the primary fight in this generation, going to set it off, going to set 2026 into an extreme historic year. David Benavidez coming in #9. Don't have a lot of accomplishment to be on that pound-for-pound list. We're going to be discussing it. I like David Benavidez, but there's been people that snub that have accomplished things that should be in the pound-for-pound list. And they got Devin the Dream Haney coming in #10. You already know Devin the Dream Haney, 2-division world champion, undisputed in the lightweight division, 3-division world champion. I'm sorry, just beat Brian Noma Jr. out there in Saudi Arabia. Shout out to Devin the Dream Haney. We've been discussing Devin Haney for the most part. Shout out her Christian. One of the members. If you haven't become a member of Punch on Boxing, come on, man. Become a member. Felicidades. Major Key in the building. What's good, man? Hood in the building. Vic in the building. Man on Fire in the building. Boxing Latino in the building. Let's go. Let's talk about this. Ryan fight Pax is left over. What y'all talking about, Hood? You talking about Hood? I know people are busy with their family. Mine's are sleeping right now, so I said might as well let's cut a little live. But first and foremost, I want to give a thanks. I want to give thanks to the supporters of Punch Run Boxing. You know what I'm saying? The loyal supporters, especially the loyal supporters. Those who show love, smash that like, share the live, share the video, share the channels. Those who are members, shout out to the members. Because I know you're loyal each and every month. You're loyal with the moolah. Shout out to the supporters. Shout out to the donators of the channel. Shout out to the super chatters of the channel. Shout out to the super thanks. Shout out to the people that donate to the channel. Let me see who donates to the channel. Donates to the work. Shout out to everybody who engages in the comments as well, man. Engagement. You know what I'm saying? That ignite the algorithm. You feel me? So we got the top 10 pound for pound. Punch tell you. We got the top 10 pound. The top 10 entities we should be thankful for. But of course, number one, or the primary people I'm thankful for is those who show love to the channel consistently, subscribe to the channel, engage with the channel. Engagement. Like there's people out there that subscribe, but they don't engage. It don't really do nothing to the channel if you don't engage. Subscribe is just a number. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got 106 subscribers, but you know what I'm saying? This is a show. So shout out to those who truly engage with the content, who truly engage and respect the time and the sacrifices that I have put in throughout the years, the interviews, the exclusive interviews, the media work, the content each and every day. We've been doing content each and every day for the past 7 to 8 years. We're going on a decade, ladies and gentlemen. No time off. We doing videos even when we on vacation. I'm doing videos even when I'm driving. I've done video when I'm shitting. I'm doing videos when I'm walking. I'm doing videos when I'm running. I'm doing videos when I'm half asleep. I'm doing videos and forget about to put my kids to sleep. I'm cutting it live and the kids go to sleep and I ain't get a chance to say good night. I didn't get a chance to give them a bedtime story because I'm right here with the community. Right now it's Thanksgiving. I should be celebrating with other people. My family's asleep. I should be going out and celebrating this apartment, this house, and I'm here with y'all celebrating with y'all. Fight Fury Films in the building. So those who rocking with me and I'm rocking with you, I feel you. I thank you. Fight Fury Films. Good looking out, Fight Fury Films. To the other live that I missed it. I was on the zone that time, Fight Fury Films. I was on the zone. I was crashing out. You know. Sometimes your boy Pun be crashing out when I go, wow. B said we really should be thankful for Bud Crawford for sitting Canelo down. Okay. We're going to be talking about the top 10. So, again, number one, shout out to the members like Fight Fury Films, Savage, Jackie Hernandez, La Reina de Boxeo, Charles Edward Queso, boxing talk, rap store boxing knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Christian Padilla, Matón. You know, Randy, la bandera de República Dominicana. All the fighters that's also have shown me love for me to interview. Shout out to Jadeja Green. Shout out to Amanda Serrano. Shout out to Jordan. Shout out to MVP. Shout out to everybody, man. All the fighters, everybody that have showed this channel love throughout the year, man. But been here for years, brother. Arguments, ups and downs. Yes, sir. You know how it is. Let's go with the list. Let's go with the list. Coming in number 10. Why I say, and look, I got a reason for my top 10 to be thankful for. I might miss something, but I'm going to give you the reasons. So let me take this thing out of the way right quick. Appreciate you, Major. Appreciate you, Major Key, and everybody else. You know, rocking with me since day one. Hold on, let me get this thing. Where is that? Give me a second. Bro. All right. Top 10 to be thankful for. Number 10, Alexandre Usyk. Why? Why Alexandre Usyk? Now, ladies and gentlemen, you already know in the sport of boxing, if you're familiar with the sport, they say wherever the heavyweight goes, boxing goes. And I got to give a lot of credit to Alexandre Usyk. He's done things that a lot of people that is become a lost art in the sport of boxing in terms of circling the block, making sure that I don't leave no stones unturned. Alexandre Usyk for Danny Dubois. Making sure, you know what? When he beat Tyson Fury, I know this is 2025, but I'm just setting you up with why I have Alexandre Usyk. When he beat Tyson Fury, I ain't beat Tyson Fury once. Ain't no hiccup. I'm letting you know that I'm the man. I'm going to fight him again and beat him again. When I beat Anthony Joshua, I'm just not going to fight him one time because I think there's a fluke. I'm going to go around and beat him again. Oh, shit, y'all really thought that there was a body shot from Danny Dubois and he should have won that fight? I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving a shout out to Alexandre Usyk because as soon as Alexandre Usyk has become a pound-for-pound fighter, he has not looked back. He's been doing pound-for-pound shit ever since he got on the pound-for-pound list. He's in a position to do what a lot of these fighters are in a position to do. Alexandre Usyk could be like, you know what, man, let me get an easy fight. When's the last time Alexandre Usyk picked an easy fight? When was the last time Alexandre Usyk said, you know what, I want an easy fight? And he's in a position to do so. Give me a second. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the chat. When's the last time that Alexandre Usyk said, you know what, I want something easy? Huh? Think about this, folks. Think about this. Since 2018, peep this, 2018, you got Bradis, you got Gazif, you got Tony Bellew, you got Chaz Weatherspoon when he moved into the heavyweight division. You got Derek Chisora. Hey, yo, he may have all these losses, but right now, Derek Chisora, hey, yo, that defeat, that win is aging very, very well. Anthony Joshua, 2021. Anthony Joshua, 2022. Daniel Dubois, 2023. Tyson Fury, 2024. Type 24 twice. And Danny Dubois. This man ain't doing nothing easy. For the past 7 years, this man been busting his ass. Nothing easy for Alexandre Usyk. Ain't no stay busy fight. Ain't no something easy. Nothing is easy. Now people want to question who's really number one on the pound for pound list. See, at least, and look at Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford had a David Avenesian in between those fights, in between those years. He had a David Avenesian. Shout out to Alexander Usyk for rejuvenating the heavyweight division. Shout out to Alexander Usyk for bringing not these hybrid heavyweights, but the skills pay the bills in the heavyweight division. See, before, it just looked like a bunch of big dudes. It just looked like hybrid heavyweights. And I no downplaying these guys in the heavyweight division, but Alexander Usyk brought that authentic heavyweight with skills. Not because I'm bigger than you, not because I weight more than you. Now I'm slow, robotic shit. Nah, he brought skills back. He brought the type of skills when it was the skill sets of the Larry Holmes and the Tyson and the Muhammad Ali. He brought the sweet science back in the heavyweight division. He brought back the sweet science in the heavyweight division. Not just, hey, yo, you a heavyweight. One punch can make a difference in the heavyweight division. Nah. So shout out to Alexander Usyk for leaving no stones unturned, becoming a heavyweight division, heavyweight undisputed again. That comes in number 10. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in number 9. Shout out to the Mexican-American superstars. Why do I have them at number 9? So when I say the Mexican-American superstars, Bam Rodriguez, Virgil Ortiz, David Benavidez, because there was becoming a turning point. We got to give a lot of credit to the Mexican fan base, especially in North America, that they're the one that pump money into the sport of boxing. They truly the one that keeps boxing engaged as a sport. The loyal support of the Mexican fans, everybody knows it. If you're Dominican, if you're Puerto Rican, if you're black, if you're white, if you're Italian, you know we got to give a lot of credit to the Mexican fan base that stay loyal with their fighters, love their fighters, and all of that. But shout out to the Mexican-American superstars because they're in a turning point. Who is going to take over the Cinco de Mayo? Who is going to be the next? Who is going to be the next Drake? Who is going to adopt the date? Who is going to adopt the fan base? Bam Rodriguez, Virgil Ortiz, and David Benavidez. Mexican-Americans in the sport of boxing, coming from the tree of Oscar de la Hoyas, Fernando Vargas. You got to give them credit. I'm thankful for Bam Rodriguez, the particular fortitude and dare to be great. I'm grateful for Virgil Ortiz. And let me tell you something about Virgil Ortiz and David Benavidez. Both of these guys may not have belts, but both of these guys are fighting like champions. They picking opponents like champions. They're fighting like champions should be fighting. Virgil Ortiz is the number 1 guy in the 154-pound division. And he got no belt. But because he dares to be great, because he risking more than the other guys recently. Everybody's picking and choosing, watching what they, you know what I'm saying, picking and choosing, trying to be safe. Shout out to Virgil Ortiz. Shout out to Bam Rodriguez. And shout out to David Benavidez. Coming in number 8, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. Y'all might not understand this one. Y'all might not understand this one. And y'all know, if y'all familiar with the channel, I've been highly critical, yet giving them praise at the same time. But I've been highly critical throughout the years of Devin the Dream Haney entertainment style. Not entertainment style, but his style. I was not I nitpicked Devin Haney because I felt like, you know what, man, he got the skills. Why he's so underwhelming in my opinion. Devin Haney and Bill Haney are moving truly like we want all these fighters to move. Whether you're a fan or a hater or a critic or a heckler of DHP, you cannot neglect the fact that Bill Haney is a genius when it comes to managing Devin the Dream Haney. Is a genius in how he promotes. And Devin Haney follows suit. Believing whatever his father has plans for him. We never hear Devin Haney and Bill Haney having problems like we hear other father and son collaborations. I always say that fatherhood is prominent in the sport of boxing. If you look at 2025, Devin Haney coming into 2025 was the laughing stock in the sport of boxing. The most criticized, vilified, disrespected, devalued boxer in North America, around the world, the laughing stock. Coming into 2025, Devin Haney was that. Devin Haney, we made fun of Devin Haney the way that he lost to Ryan Garcia. He sued Ryan Garcia. They sued Golden Boy Promotions. We attached him to the late, God rest his soul, Victor Conte. He went to the carnival, so I ain't gonna do it in the carnival. He missed. He walked away. Everybody was laughing at Devin the Dream Haney. They was laughing. They was laughing at his baby mama, his Scoochie baby mama. Prison calls with Young Thug. Laughed at him. He was out for the whole year, for 12 months. And all those 12 months laughed at him. He came back in Times Square, won his fight, still laughed at him. Still laughed at him. The pressure of the crying. Yo, let's be real, let's be honest. Let's be real, let's be honest. Hey, yo, there was a storm of a smear campaign each and every week. Hey, yo, so many people capitalize, even myself capitalize off that shit. Let's be real, let's be honest. Everybody, bro. And you know what? It ain't break Devin Haney's will, bro. It ain't break Devin Haney's will. Y'all saw. Shout out to Ben Whitaker going to be performing this Saturday. I remember Ben Whitaker. You remember Ben Whitaker in the post-fight interview of his last fight? In the post-fight press conference? When he was tearing because of the shit that was going on social media? Do you remember Kid Austin post-fight interview in his last fight with Tevin Farmer? Because he was tearing? Because with all the scrutiny that he was going through? Hey, yo, let me tell you like this. Kid Austin, Ben Whitaker, these other fighters, that's nothing compared to what Devin Haney had to go through. I ain't never seen no fighter that truly, he said, I never seen no fighter get dissed the way that Devin Haney got dissed just for losing to Ryan Garcia. Devin Haney don't really disrespect people like that. Devin Haney is not a person that be hitting these women. Hey, yo, even the baby mama said that overcoming with the baby mama lies, and then they came out and said that story was a lie, that he didn't punch that chicken, his baby mama in the stomach while she was pregnant. Then he went to the negotiations with Tio pulled out. And I believe that when Tio pulled out of the negotiations and stuff like that, it brought a lot of respect back to Devin the Dream Haney. A lot of people couldn't even diss him. Teofimo Lopez had it the worst, in my personal opinion, said Fight Fury Films. Wow. You think Teofimo Lopez had it the worst? But I think people was frustrated with Teofimo Lopez because of the pullout of the Devin Haney situation and him going, and people love Turki Alalshikh so much, and him going after Turki, even though that was a messed up situation that Teofimo Lopez had to deal with. You know what I'm saying? The promises, he was supposed to get $11 million in a setting, but I'm saying for the public, you know, the thing is, this is like I said before, the thing is that when you know, I get Teofimo Lopez why he was irritated, why he was frustrated, because he was supposed to get $11 million, right? I think that the people didn't give Teofimo Lopez the benefit of the doubt. It was because he's done a lot of interviews talking about that he doesn't even get more than $1 million. Remember that just last year he was on It Is What It Is, and he said he said publicly he hasn't gotten $1 million. So when people heard that he could get $8 million versus Devin the Dream Haney, nobody felt sorry for him about the $11 million he was supposed to get. Everybody was just, yo, but you never got even close to $8 million. Why you crying? Why you bitching and all that stuff? So they didn't give that team from Lopez the benefit of the doubt. But I don't think that criticism wise, he didn't get it like He didn't get it like Devin. I think he didn't get it like Devin, bro. Yo, Devin was the laughing stock of boxing, bro. And guess what? All that shit led to the Brian Norman Jr. fight. And he humbled the boxing world, bro. He humbled a lot of people. Not me. I already know that Brian Norman Jr. was a manufactured fighter. But at the end of the day, for public perception, what Devin Haney had to deal with, and now he could exhale, got to give a lot of credit. His father put him right back in a position where he could attain legacy, 3-division world champion. His father put him back in a legacy. They say high risk, high reward. He got the money and the legacy. Got to give him a lot of credit. Got to give him a lot of credit for that. You could tell he's strong-willed, man. He's strong-willed. He's strong-willed, man. Got to give a lot of credit to DHP for being, what you call it, is a word. Resilient, bro. The DHP is resilient, bro. They lost stock and they rose right back. Good business decision. And Devin Haney, all he had to do was just do what you had to do in the ring. Bill Haney got the business side of things, put him in position, worked directly with Turki Alalshikh, and then boom, Devin Haney, all you got to do is capitalize. And got to give him a lot of credit. Got to give him a lot of credit. Let's go to number top 10 to be thankful for. Turkey Day is Turkey Day. Number 7, Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Bud Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez, the former 4th division world champion, super middleweight undisputed. The face of boxing. He crashed the party. Canelo Alvarez is no longer the face of boxing. Canelo Alvarez in the past 7 years is no longer a pound-for-pound fighter. Bud Crawford single-handedly destroyed boxing's empire. Because let me tell you like this, Canelo Alvarez had boxing on his shoulder, just like we were talking about the Mexican fan base. Bud Crawford, the throne, the king. That ain't easy, bro. Because even when Canelo Alvarez lost to Bivol, Canelo was still that guy. But Terrence Bud Crawford, in my opinion, moving up from 3 division. I know he fought Majumov, and I was saying that's the reason why I didn't give Bud Crawford the benefit of the doubt when beating Canelo Alvarez, because of how he performed versus Majumov at moving up to 154. So I couldn't grasp. It wasn't logical for me to think that he will go 2 division up and beat Canelo Alvarez. I know there's people out there, again, I said it. Oh, yeah, so y'all want to act like y'all genius, like y'all knew that was going to happen. Shut the fuck up. That's not logical thinking. That's not, ain't nobody ever became a 3 division undisputed world champion. You cannot logically tell me that, oh yeah, Bud Crawford went up to 154, struggled with Majumov, took another year off, going to go 2 division up to 168, and going to go toe-to-toe in the 11th round, in the 9th round, and the 12th round, and he's going to get the better of Canelo Alvarez. And at the end of the fight, we'll be saying that Bud Crawford got a better chin than Canelo Alvarez. You can't give me that script. You can't give me that script. I know there's people out there that want to sound like genius. I'm sorry, no. That's like me saying, all right, Bam Rodriguez is going to move up to 135-pound division. No, that's too much. Now, oh yeah, you know Uwe. We had 122, 126 going to be moving to that lightweight division. And he's going to be just manhandling. Not manhandling, but doing his thing versus Vasily Lomachenko, or Shakur Stevenson, or Gervonta Davis. He's just gonna throw down with him. He gonna hurt. He gonna be staggering Lomachenko. It's like Lomachenko. That's like Inoue fighting Teofimo Lopez at 135. Got to give a lot of credit to Terrence Bud Crawford. Also, Terrence Bud Crawford brought and Canelo Alvarez brought a lot of eyeballs in the sport of boxing. Shout out to Netflix. I want to put Netflix in the top 10 entities as well. Got to give a lot of credit to Terrence Bud Crawford. Hopefully, that Terrence Bud Crawford could be a little bit in his position now that he is truly now more recognized than he's ever been in his whole career. And with him being, if this is the Crawford era, we need him to fight more. We need him to be out there more. We need, if people want to label him as the face of boxing, then be the face and carry the sport. Carry the sport. Coming in number 6, ladies and gentlemen, we got Dimitri Bivol versus Beterbiev. Dimitri Bivol versus, why do I have them as number 6, top 10 to be thankful for? Because there's only one fight. I'm going to say it like this. The boxing world asks for a lot of fights. The boxing world asks for a lot of fights. We hear each and every day on different panels, on different comment section, on different channels, whatever platform, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on X, formerly known as Twitter, whether you're on IG, whether you're on Facebook, wherever you at. The boxing world is always asking for fights. And we don't get shit. We never get what we asked for. But we did get what we asked for in Bivol and Beterbiev. We didn't need to wait for Bivol and Beterbiev the rematch. The fans asked for it, and we got it. Why I have number 6 to be thankful for? Because, again, when we ask for something, we never get it. Can you imagine you as a child or you as a man to your woman and you ask for something from your woman and you never get it? Vice versa, if a woman need to ask a man and she never get it from her man. If you were a child and you ask your parent for something, but they never give you, can I get $5 to go to a school trip? Can I get this? Can I get a pair of sneakers? Can I get some clothes? Can I get this? Can I get food? No. Once you get that shit, you be grateful because you never had shit. The boxing world truly never had anything that we truly asked for. So I appreciate Bivol and I appreciate Artur Beterbiev for giving us something that we asked for and we didn't need to wait for it. I hope that when we ask for, hey, what we asking for? Virgil versus Boots, right? They came together. Can you give us that fight right now next? We asked for it. Can you give it to us? Can the world of boxing just take a page out of Oscar de la Hoya when we never needed to ask Oscar de la Hoya, yo, fight this one? It's just a fight that's it. Tito Trinidad, we get Tito Trinidad. Julio Cesar Chavez, we get Julio Cesar Chavez. Shane Mosley, we'll get Shane Mosley. You know what I'm saying? I Corte, we I Corte. You know what I'm saying? Like we never needed to beg Oscar de la Hoya for fights. We never needed to be like, yo, man, Oscar de la Hoya, man, we've been talking about this fight for 3-4 years, man. And Oscar de la Hoya don't want to give us the fight. Never. So I'm thankful for at least getting something in boxing that I asked for. We never get anything we asked for. We'll get it like in 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 years. Now, Oya Inoue coming in number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Top 10 to be thankful for. We at number 5. Now, Oya Inoue. How many times? And look, it's almost the same criticism that I have for Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Bud Crawford, he said is the Crawford era. How many times does Terrence Bud Crawford fight? Once a year? If it's the Bud Crawford era once a year, why do I have Inoue number 5? Now, Oya Inoue is going to fight in his 4th fight this year. In the position that he's in, pound for pound. And this is how you move the sport. This is how you keep the interest. That's how you sustain the eyeballs in the sport of boxing. That's why when he fights in Japan, it's 50,000. They expect him to fight. It's an event that they're going to have more than just a couple of times. Now, Oya Inoue is going to fight in his his fourth fight. When was the last time we hear a pound for pound fighter fighting more than 2 times a year? Look, even Usyk fought 1 time. Crawford won 1 time. Canelo Alvarez fought 2 times, but 2 fights that we didn't ask for because we truly didn't ask for the Bud Crawford, and we truly didn't want the William Skull fight. So look at the pound for pound list. Naoya Inoue is playing his part being one of the top dogs in the sport of boxing. He is igniting and sustaining the eyeballs and momentum in the sport of boxing for his career and for the interest of boxing. Shout out to Naoya Inoue. Naoya Inoue is about to fight in his 4th fight this month. And next month, I'm sorry. Got to give a lot of credit, man. We hope that more fighters fights like Naoya Inoue. Can you imagine if we get Teofimo Lopez 4 times? And Shakur Stevenson 4 times? And Gervonta Tank Davis 4 times? Virgil Ortiz, Boots Ennis 4 times? David Benavidez 4 times? Yo, there will always be... people will always be engaged with the sport. Can you imagine even Canelo 4 times? Watching Terrence Bud Crawford 4 times. Imagine you start off the year, okay, Bud Crawford going to be fighting in January. Then he comes back in April, and then he comes back in July, and then he comes back in September, and then he comes back in December. That's how you keep boxing going, bro. That's how you keep the interest. That's how you could say this is your era. Can you imagine we get Tio in January? Tio, you go, can you, and then in between those, can you imagine, right? Tio the first week of January. You got Virgil Ortiz the second week of January. Canelo the third, and then you every week is a noticeable name. See, relevant names in the sport of boxing, those are the people that move the needle when it comes to the sport of boxing. So you got to give a lot of credit to Naoya Inoue because, yo, right now that's not normal nowadays. That used to be normal. You know what I'm saying? In January, Naoya Inoue fought Jin Jong King. In May, he fought Ramon Cardenas. In September, he fought Akamad Aliyev. And now he's going to be fighting Picasso. 4 times. Wrong. What's good, wrong? Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I hope you all had a good day. Good looking out. Appreciate you, my brother. Diablo, pero mira, mi gente, tenemos 38 minutes. Ni un super chat today, la gente. Y es Thanksgiving. Pero gracias, mi gente. Pero gracias, mi gente. Good looking out, y'all. Become a member to the channel. Come in number. Hold on. Where we at? Coming in number 4. The YouTube boxing community. Top 10 to be thankful for. Top 10 entities of 2025 to be thankful for. Coming in number 4, the YTBC, the YouTube boxing community, us. Shout out to all the boxing content creators. Why am I saying we're number 4? If it wasn't for us, there wouldn't be a 24/7 boxing outlet with conversations and content and debates and dialogue. Somebody's going to be live. Somebody going to be dropping a video. It could be me. It could be this one. It could be this one. So I want to give a shout out to several boxing content creators that be putting in work. Showbiz the adult. Shout out to Showbiz. Shout out to my brother Showbiz doing his thing. Ringing bells. Collaborating with the zones and the prime and all that. Got to give him a lot of credit for his hard work. Setting the tone. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Showbiz started. Shout out to Showbiz. Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV. Shout out to the Boxing Voice. Shout out to Rapstar, my brother, Rapstar Boxing Knowledge, going live every day around this time. Shout out to myself, Punch Drunk Boxing, baby. Almost 8 years strong. Every day. Every single day I've dropped something. Whether it's every single day, and they ain't take one day off. Consistency. Shout out to LDBC. Towers in the building. What's good, my brother? Towers. One of the members in the building. Shout out to LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to 78. Shout out to Max, my brother Max. Give credit. Let me see. Queens of Boxing Talk. Shout out to Christina. What else? Who we got? Just a bunch of people, man. Just a bunch of people doing their thing, man. A bunch of people doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? This community really keeps boxing going. This community, it keeps boxing conversations going. You know what I'm saying? We talk about boxing. We have dialogue. If it wasn't for the YTBC, I truly believe, if it wasn't for the YTBC, I think boxing will be irrelevant. Truly irrelevant. Like, boxing is a niche sport, but if it wasn't for our community, if it wasn't for the YTBC, if it wasn't for the independent work, shout out to the independent media, shout out to the Radio Rahims of the world, shout out to the Ellie Setback of the world, shout out to Marcos Viegas of the world, Fight Hub TV, Fight Hype, shout out to the independent medias, right? Let me tell you like this. They're trying to even boot us out. They don't appreciate us, yo. I'm gonna tell you the truth. They don't appreciate you. You know what they're getting now? You know who's getting boxing content media credentials right now? Influencers. Influencers outside of the sport of boxing that don't know shit about the sport of boxing. Now they're booting us out. We the one that held it down, and they booting us out. You know what this remind me of? Fight Fury Films in the building. Con la 20 pesos. El primer super chat in 40 minutes. Good looking out, Fight Fury Films. In 2026, boxing has to restructure the way they pay everyone. YouTubers deserve 5% for promotional content. This needs to happen. We need to get behind this. Let me tell you like this, Fight Fury Films. I do have a vision and I got a plan, but I noticed that it's not gonna work, because I remember when I really started, and I was like, I was urging people, and subscribe to this channel, subscribe to this channel. Yo, there's a good channel. This is good, man. He cool. He this, he that. 80% of the people that I gave props, they became backstabbers, turned their back. I'm like, yo, I noticed that in this community you can't grow. That's what I noticed in this community. You can't grow in this community. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a silent competition. There's some people that probably just want to use people's channel. Yo, let me go to Punch Drunk Boxing. All right, he's lit right now. Let me go over there, and you know what I'm saying. Or I think there's a lot of that. And then when they get their shit buzzing, then it's all right. That's it. Compromise the subscribers. Compromise them. Then let me be snakish to this motherfucker and see. You know what I'm saying? Split the support. Wrong. Love how you're basically the only channel that shouts out the YTBC channel. Hey, yo, but that's what I'm talking about. Good looking out, Wrong. I appreciate that. You know why? Because I said it from the beginning. I don't got no ego in this. I truly used to appreciate and love this community, because it got to the point where, boxing wasn't mainstream no more. And this was the only outlet to listen to boxing. People talk about boxing, and that's how I created. Then I started listening to certain channels. I'm like, man, nah, I'm not disagreeing, man. Let me give my point of view, and that's how I started talking in this community, But I just hope that I think that if we build something like, we don't gotta agree with each other's content, but we should move in a way that strategically the business of boxing uses us, but they don't respect us. These media folks, I'm gonna tell you like this: these media folks and these promotional companies, I'm talking about the media, the media that works for the promotional companies. They steal our ideas. We do all their work and they go back to the promotional company and they reap the benefit. You understand? We do all the work. Why you think promotional companies they don't promote no more? They don't promote anymore. They promote the event, but they don't even promote their fighters. You know who do that? We do that. We do that. Shit, I promoted Teofimo Lopez more than Top Rank and ESPN combined promoted Teofimo Lopez leading into the Josh Taylor fight. The articles we had to write down on the interviews that we was having. Who promotes women boxing? Shit, 2 channels. Ring IQ and Punch One Boxing. You know what I'm saying? They don't promote women boxing. Who been promoting boxing all these years? Not mainstream. They don't talk about that. All they know is the fight between Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor and Clarissa Shields. That's all they know. That's all they know. Can you imagine boxing without the YouTubers? Can you imagine? Where would you really talk about boxing? You'll be typing boxing. Shout out to Major Keys and cutting out of work in the morning, prefer to listen. Shout out to Major. So shout out to everybody in the YTBC to keep putting in that work. I'm gonna tell you like this. Look, if you go live, I bet there's other people going in the YTBC going live, sacrificing, just giving back to the community while it's Thanksgiving. Like we work 24/7. What promotional company will be working today? We working today. Think about that. What promotional company is working today outside of the UK because they got an event with Ben Whitaker and stuff like that? What American promotional company is working today? Everybody's having fun with their family. We're right here having fun in the community, building the sport of boxing. Good looking out, Rong. I appreciate that. God bless you. Thanksgiving for the $10 bean for the $10. And shout out to Fight Fury Films with a 20, my brothers. And coming in number 3, The Zone. It's almost the same way I'm giving credit to the YTBC. If it wasn't for this community, boxing would be irrelevant. If it wasn't for The Zone, there's no more boxing. If it wasn't for the YTBC, the YouTube boxing community, boxing would be purely irrelevant. If it wasn't for The Zone, there wouldn't be a sport. There wouldn't be no boxing. ESPN is out. Showtime is out. HBO left. There is no American network featuring boxing now. Netflix is just doing the name show. Like, they was about to do Tank and Jake Paul. Shout out to Netflix and stuff like that. But they're not gonna carry the sport. What they doing, they just doing an event. But they don't really care about the sport. It's a difference. The Zone, if it wasn't for The Zone, where will we be watching boxing? Think about that. So shout out to The Zone, because the American networks, they have abandoned boxing. They purely have abandoned boxing. Boxing is not a sport in America no more. It's just an event here and there. Let's pick up just this event. It's not a sport. So shout out to The Zone. Shout out to the promotional company that deals with The Zone. Shout out to The Zone owner. Shout out to Turki Alalshikh for working with The Zone and stuff like that. Shout out to The Zone. Coming in number 2, ladies and gentlemen, coming in number 2 in the top 10 to be grateful for. It's Thanksgiving today. What are the top 10 entities to be grateful for? What are the top 10 entities to be grateful for? Coming in number 2. Number 2. Most valuable promotions. Yeah, I said it, damn it. Most valuable promotions. Says I'm a person, I'm a channel, I'm a personnel, I'm a host, podcaster, YouTubers that support women boxing. Most valuable promotions has kept the casuals engaged with the sport of boxing. Shout out to Jake Paul. Shout out to Nakisa. I've been supportive of most valuable promotions. I knew it will work. In the beginning, it was like in the beginning with the Jake Paul, you don't know what Jake Paul was all about. But at the end of the day, it was bringing the eyeballs in the sport of boxing. But I support Jake Paul 100% to the fullest. I support most valuable promotions to the fullest. Nakisa was the advisor to Dana White in the UFC. Nakisa helped build the UFC what they are today. That's the reason I knew that most valuable promotion was going to be working, because the mastermind of the UFC has been Nakisa as well. He's been the mastermind. It's almost like Nakisa was the Al Heyman to UFC, and Dana White was truly the Tom Brown in PBC. Tom Brown is the promoter. He's the one that promotes the event, locks down the deposits for the arenas and stuff like that. TGB, Tom Brown. That's Dana White, really. Nakisa was the Al Heyman. So shout out to Nakisa. Shout out to Jake. And we got a shout out to Amanda Serrano. Why do I say most valuable promotions? If it wasn't, I said this a lot of times, but I'm going to say it again. If it wasn't for Amanda Serrano's sacrifice, women boxing would be dead. Because most valuable promotions have signed 90% of the females. They're the one that's showcasing 90% of the female fights. An historic evening when it was Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. All-woman card, championship fight. I think they're in the Guinness Book of Records or something like that. So you got to give a lot of credit. Wrong. MVP promotion and Jake Paul have truly changed the landscape of boxing, especially women's boxing. Yup. If it wasn't for Amanda Serrano believing in the 23, 24-year-old promotional company, and you know that wasn't the first thing they was going to do, is going to women. But Amanda Serrano, shout out to Jordan Maldonado, trainer, manager, mastermind, genius, bro. Genius. Goes to signs with Jake Paul. 2 fights later, get the Katie Taylor fight at Madison Square Garden. Does 1.5 million views. Sells out Madison Square Garden, but the magic that they did in the ring, bro. The magic. Good looking out, wrong. I appreciate you. Fight Fury Films. Con 90 pesos. Man, they said their old way of thinking is outdated. Respect is everything. I'm creating a new format where the fighters do not need promoters, networks, or sanctioning belts. Now, these are the conversations that the establishment fear. Tell them. Let's talk about it, Fight Fury Films. Tell them, Fight Fury Films. We need you. We need you, Fight Fury Films. We need you. Finishing up with the number 2 is that, the magic that Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano had in the first fight, then stealing the show when the world of boxing was watching, when the world was watching the sports, when they was watching that Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor stole the show. But I was in the locker room, ladies and gentlemen. I was in the locker room. Man, if there was 73,000 people out there, 70,000 thought that Amanda Serrano beat Katie Taylor that night. Katie Taylor got booed, man. Oh my God. I even felt a little bit sorry, but I did it. But Katie Taylor got booed. Yo, everybody was celebrating Amanda Serrano. Everybody. When she got stitched up in the locker room, came back out, she was sad. All the representatives from Netflix went to the locker room. The female representatives, couple of the female representatives, they was tearing. And they said, this is true story. Y'all saw me in the locker room. This is true story. And look, and I apologize if I'm saying something that maybe I shouldn't be saying, but I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the locker room, it was like 7, 8 representatives from Netflix. I'm talking about the CEOs, the owners. They came to the locker room, and I think like 3 of them are women representatives. 3 or 4 of them was women, and 2 of them like was tearing and giving a lot of congratulations to Amanda Serrano. And they're like, oh my God, they was basically telling them we never knew what they was really signing up for. Like they didn't know what to expect. They told them the numbers right there. Before Mike Tyson and Jake Paul got in the ring, they already did the numbers in viewership and story. They said that it was so crazy that that the Netflix was crashing, something like that. They was in the locker room. Everybody behind the scenes, everybody was talking about that. You know, the representative, yo, is crashing, yo. This is something, and they was telling Amanda Serrano. They felt like Amanda Serrano went, and they said, "We need you back. We're gonna have you back." And shout out to Netflix because I was there in the locker room. They kept their promise, and they did the trilogy when Netflix did the trilogy with Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. They said I never knew about, like, these women was not talking about. I never knew nothing about women boxing. I didn't know what to expect. They were like, oh my God, that was so beautiful. Oh my God, we so inspired. Oh, my daughter is so inspired by it. All the women in the world are so inspired by it. Yo, they was giving Amanda Serrano all her flowers. And if it wasn't for how Amanda, because remember, this is what it is. Like, yes, shout out to Katie Taylor. It takes 2 to tangle. It takes 2 to make magic right in that ring. But let's not forget, Amanda Serrano was the one that was moving up 2 to 3 division up to face Katie Taylor. Remember, Amanda Serrano is the undisputed 126-pounder. In the trilogy, Amanda Serrano moved up to 140. She was moving 3 division up. The same shit that we watch Bud Crawford do. Oma moved 3 division up to face Canelo Alvarez. That's what Amanda Serrano was doing versus Katie Taylor. That's what she was doing. And many people thought that she won the first and the second fight. But because of Amanda Serrano believing in Most Valuable Promotions, led right now to Amanda Serrano helping all these women get signed, get paid. Women boxing is alive and well because of MVP Promotions and because the sacrifice in the ring of Amanda Serrano. If Amanda Serrano would have choked in the first fight with Katie Taylor, then where we at, it never would have been, you know what I'm saying, where it is right now. So shout out to Jake Paul, because he could have picked a male fighter. He could have built a male fighter. He could have gave that platform to a male fighter. To believe in Amanda Serrano, that's not easy. To pick Amanda Serrano is not easy. So shout out to Most Valuable Promotions. Coming in number 1, ladies and gentlemen, coming in number 1, Turki Alalshikh. top 10 entity in the sport of boxing to be thankful for. 2025, Turki Alalshikh comes in at number 1. Turki Alalshikh comes in at number 1. Look, we're talking about Usyk. Why we got the undisputed, why we got these, the Dubois and Alexander Usyk? Because of Turki. Why we got Virgil risking it with the Bowachucks and the Majimov? Because of Turki. Bam Rodriguez, David Benavidez. Why they performing that? With Turki. Terrence Bud Crawford. With Turki. DHP, Devin Haney. When they was only going to get $1 million after the Ryan Garcia fight with Sando Martin. Turki. Bivol versus Baturbiev. Turki. Naoya and Uwe are going to be fighting where? With who? Ring Mag. Turki. Now, the YTBC, that's us. That's our work. The Zone, 13%, owns 13% of the Zone. Turki. He can't touch most valuable promotion. That's why I got most valuable promotions being a competitor. But Turki Alalshikh. Turki Alalshikh truly put his money where his mouth is, and for the most part has done wonderful things, have ignited the sport of boxing, have ignited the fighters, have ignited the matchups, have ignited the interest. Got to give him a lot of credit. We don't have to wait for too many fights. We could tell that if the certain fights don't happen, it's not on Turki. No, we're not even blaming Turki. If we didn't get Boots fighting Virgil, it's because of Boots, not because of Turki. He gave the money. If we could have got Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, we could have got Teofimo Lopez versus Boots. We could have got, you know what I'm saying? Not because of Turki. Turki got that money on the table. So even the certain fights that this is not happening, it's not because of Turki. Turki Alalshikh is wanted to have a David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. He said that's another fight that he wanted to make. Canelo Alvarez didn't want it, but he took the Canelo Alvarez, but he took the Crawford fight. He put respect in Crawford's. He put respect in. He put value in Bud Crawford's brand. Because if it wasn't for Turki, let me tell you like this: Bud Crawford would be stuck at 154. If it wasn't for Turki, Bud Crawford would be forced to face the guys at 154. Probably be, maybe Bud Crawford would have retired. He would. I don't think he was going to fight Boots. If it wasn't for Turki, Bud Crawford, there won't be no Bud Crawford era. He would have retired right there after the Earl Spence. Bud Crawford is still here because Turki Alalshikh is willing to give him the type of money. Turki Alalshikh believe in Bud Crawford versus facing Canelo Alvarez. Motherfucker had a vision. So you got to respect Turki. We don't know where boxing will be if it wasn't for Turki. Right now where boxing stand right now, where will boxing be? With the ESPN not being in the sport of boxing, where will boxing be if it wasn't for Turki Alalshikh? Got to give him a lot of credit. Got to give him a lot of credit. I think that with PBC struggling at the time, ESPN not investing in boxing no more, Top Rank still don't have a home. Top Rank still don't have a home. I think if it wasn't for Turki, Usyk would have retired. Crawford would have retired. There was no more money to give. I think Canelo Alvarez is money to make, but he was never going to fight David Benavidez. So I think maybe Canelo Alvarez losing was a blessing in disguise, because Canelo Alvarez was going. He's not even giving us false hope. He wasn't even giving us hope anymore. Canelo Alvarez wasn't even giving us hope. It was probably a blessing in disguise to lose to Terrence Bud Crawford. He's not going to give us the David Benavidez fight. I don't think he was going to go to the 175 and fight Bivol. He was going to just try to milk PBC for everything. So, yeah, man, we would have never gotten the heavyweight undisputed. We would have gotten the light heavyweight undisputed because remember the WBC didn't want to sanction Russian fighters, so his money has softened a lot of these entity up. If it wasn't for Turkey, we probably would have never seen. We wouldn't see right now the youngest champion in the sport of boxing in Abdullah Mason. If it wasn't for Turkey, we wouldn't be seeing or potential seeing this January Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez. I don't know what boxing will be right now, but that's the top 10 what I'm thankful for in the sport of boxing 2025. And I think the boxing world is thankful for. And I don't know how you could put it in different, but I think those are the top 25 people or entity that we should be thankful for. Again, 2026 I think is going to be a hell of a year. I think T.O. is going to take over. I think T.O. is truly going to be taking over. I think T.O. is going to be beating Shakur. It's going to be Shakur. I think it's going to be a great matchup. I like Shakur. I'm a fan of Shakur as well. But I'm a massive supporter of Teofimo Lopez and the skills and talent, his story, everything. And I think that he's gonna I think he's gonna prove the haters and people wrong again, like he did with Loma and Taylor and B. Shakur Stevenson. I think David Benavidez. I don't know. I don't even know who will be the face of Mexican boxing. Would it be Virgil Ortiz or David Benavidez? I think that Virgil Ortiz. Well, I think that Sudo Ramirez and David Benavidez is a perfect fight, perfect timing on Cinco de Mayo. If Virgil could get boots, that would be a wonderful day. But it's up for grabs. It's up for grabs with David Benavidez and Virgil. I think that Virgil got more opponents at the highest level or more attractive names. And that's why I did mention the other day of Virgil Ortiz versus Earl Spence in Dallas, Texas. They'll do 60K. And if Virgil Ortiz beat Earl Spence, then you'll see you can still see a Virgil and a Charlo, Virgil and Fundura, Virgil and Xander Zayas, Mexican Puerto Rican, Virgil and the winner of Josh Kelly and Bachram. There's so many fights for Virgil Ortiz. The winner of Fundura and Keith Thurman. There's so much fight for Virgil Ortiz. So I think that eventually, in my opinion, unless that David Benavidez beat Sudo Ramirez and cruiserweight and go to the heavyweight division, I would like to see a David Benavidez versus Andy Ruiz as well. That would be big in the Cinco de Mayo date. Wrong con los 5 pesos. We need the takeover back 2026 Gordo. Yeah, I think hey yo, mark my words. I'm standing 10 toes down with that. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo Lopez is going to take over for good, because I don't believe in this generation, this young generation within his contemporaries, I don't believe no other win is going to be greater. Even if Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fight the rematch, whoever wins is not going to be greater than Teofimo Lopez beating Shakur Stevenson or Shakur Stevenson beating Teofimo Lopez. But I got Teo beating Shakur. So, good looking. I appreciate you with the 5 beans. And I look, can we see the Shakur and Teo? Can we see the Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch? I want to see Ryan Garcia in February beat Mario Barrios. I believe that Manny Pacquiao probably going to be fighting Rolly Romero. Manny Pacquiao going to be fighting Rolly Romero. And probably on the same card of Keith Thurman versus Fundura. That's gonna be incredible as well. So it's a lot to look forward to, man. I think I'm loving the potential of January and February. February, Keith Thurman, Fundura, Manny Pacquiao, and Rolly. In January, we got Josh Kelly versus Bakram. Potential Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. We got Andy Cruz versus Moritaya. So, yo, January and February, rumors, and then I believe in February is Reha season. So I do believe that Turki Alalshikh, when he's saying he got a lot of surprises, yeah. February is a big day for Reha. So think about it. If Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios, and then you got Reha, and then you got in the same month, you got Keith Thurman versus Fundura and Manny Pacquiao versus Rolly. Yo, January and February is gonna be an extraordinary. The way that is playing out, we're gonna be busy. We're gonna be busy, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be busy. But and Amanda Serrano versus Erica Cruz, January 3rd. Amanda Serrano versus Erica Cruz, January 3rd, ladies and gentlemen. So she's gonna set it off. She's gonna set it off. Wrong, con los 5 pesos. Que Dios te bendiga, mi hermano. Bro, Oscar de la Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions can really take Virgil to Canelo levels as well. They got the opponents to do so. I think so. I think that Virgil Ortiz is going to really. If I was Virgil Ortiz, I would do what Canelo Alvarez did, but the opposite. Learn a little bit more Spanish. You know what I'm saying? You're going to, and that's what David Benavidez is good at. David Benavidez know how to speak in English and Spanish, but se puede defender. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to cater to more the Mexicans than a Virgil because of the language. But I think Virgil got more opponents for him to be the face. There's a lot of there's more high profile fights for Virgil than what Benavidez could get. Because if Benavidez moving to 175, he's not going to come. Well, if he's moving to cruiserweight, he's not going to move back to 175. So there's not a lot of opponents in the cruiserweight division. Yeah, there's names, but not relevant in North America. Other than Zurdo Ramirez. Opatai, that's a good fight. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't know who Opatai is over here. That's why I think that David Benavidez, if he goes to the cruiserweight division and beat Zurdo Ramirez, see what you can get in a good fight in the cruiserweight division, and then move up to the heavyweight division. Move up to the heavyweight division. Can you imagine David Benavidez versus Alexander Usyk? Ay. Can you imagine David Benavidez versus Alexander Usyk? Be a big fight. Amanda should fight Alicia. I think that could be a potential matchup. To be honest, I think that after the fight with Erica Cruz and Amanda Serrano beat Erica Cruz, I think that will be the second or newest biggest fight for women boxing. Amanda Serrano versus Alicia Baumgartner. Clarissa Shields versus Shadeja Green. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see a Katie Taylor versus Chantel Cameron, the trilogy. I think Chantel Cameron deserves a trilogy, in my opinion, as well. But yeah, man. I'm gonna be sleepy now, folks. Man, it's been a long day. But I'm glad that I got to chop it up with y'all tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long day. But love y'all. I'm gonna turn this one off. We'll go live tomorrow evening. Love y'all. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. God bless. God is good. God is great. God first, everything second. Fight plus survive equals true champions. The best investment you can make in your life is have God in your heart. Y'all already know. Fight Fury Film. David Benavidez at heavyweight will be fire. He is. He got to. Think about it. David Benavidez versus Andy Ruiz. Mexican Independence Day. Psh. Good looking out, Fight Fury Films and Ron. Thank you for the donations today. Thank you for the people that contributed. Thank you for the share and the likes and rocking with me today, man. Appreciate you. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.